learn about anatomy of the eyelid, the brightest style, and carry on. In the second lecture, we studied the eyelid margin diseases like entropion, atropion, tracheasis, and in the third lecture, on the last Monday, we learned about ptosis. Today is our last lecture on eyelid, fourth lecture, in which we will be studying the benign and malignant tumors of the eyelids. Inshallah today. And in the next week, we will be studying the lacrimal system. We will discuss acute and chronic cancer cystitis and dermatitis vertical or dry eye. So I want people when you come on Monday, come prepared with lacrimal system, especially its anatomy. Because if you come with a little bit of preparation, it will be easier for you to understand, and it will be easier for me also to make you understand. So let's start about today's topic, benign eyelid lesions. These are very common diseases. The first one is viral wart. It is also called squamous cell papilloma. एक स्क्वेमस सेल कार्सिनोमा होता है, अभी हम पढ़ेंगे. दिस इज पेपिलोमा, एज यू कैन सी. दिस इज ऑन द लोअर eyelid. It is the most common benign tumor of the eyelids. Benign. Signs pediculated or broad-faced lesion. Treatment is simple surgical shaving of the viral wart. Warts, you know, कई जगह और भी बॉडी में हो जाते हैं viral warts. So not a very significant issue. Cutaneous horn. Cutaneous horn, it is a condition which may be associated with squamous cell carcinoma. So sometimes it is called precancerous condition. And when you see it, the doctor should become alert. It is a hyperkeratotic lesion. That is, the skin of the eyelid becomes hyperkeratotic. And the treatment is surgical excision. You can see this is the upper eyelid. Silence, please. Silence. Silence. And this is a advanced case of cutaneous horn. When the lesion was small, patient rejected it, and then he had to come when it was so ugly and so prominent. The treatment is simple surgical excision. Now, xanthelasma or xanthoma. It is a very common condition. Slightly raised yellowish plaques, most commonly in the upper and lower lids near the inner canthus, often symmetrical in the two lids, often in elderly women. मेरा जो एक्सपीरियंस है, मैंने इसको बड़ा कॉमनली जो मैंने ऑब्जर्व किया है अपनी क्लिनिकल प्रैक्टिस में, ज़्यादातर मैंने अपर आईलिड में देखे और मैंने यंग लोगों में भी देखे. और आमतौर पे ये समझा जाता है कि xanthelasma जो होता है ये कोलेस्ट्रॉल हाई होता है, उसमें होता है. लेकिन पैराडॉक्सिकली आप कह लें या व्हाटएवर द रीजन इज, आमतौर पर जिनमें xanthelasma होता है उनका कोलेस्ट्रॉल नॉर्मल होता है. ठीक है, ये एक जनरल फाइंडिंग है. इसका जो ओनली ड्रॉबैक है वो वो कॉस्मेटिक है, ठीक है। Sometimes associated with diabetes, sometimes and hypercholesterolemia, but not necessarily. Growth is slow and may be exercised if desired. अगर ये बहुत ज़्यादा prominent कई दफा होता है, then you can simply exercise it and then find surgical procedure because a lot of aesthetics counts in it, so ophthalmologic surgeons should do this procedure. Nevus mole जिसको भी बोलते हैं उर्दू में, you can see a nevus at the lower margin, a pigmented flat region. This is a little bit raised. This is flat. It can be flatter. It can be raised. At the nevus can be present anywhere in the skin, just like on the eyelids. Usually pigmented, may occur on lids and usually affects margins and involves both skin and conjunctiva. Sometimes conjunctiva में भी होता है. Microscopic appearance is characteristic, consisting of nevus cells often arranged in an alveolar fashion. They may grow at puberty, which is normal, but rarely become malignant. May be removed by excision for cosmetic reasons. And nevi everywhere in the body are usually benign. And at puberty, it is normal for the nevus to become a little bit increased in size. But if you see any change in the texture, unusual growth, blood vessels or anything else, then you should go for excision and biopsy to rule out any malignancy, though it is very rare. Hemangioma. This is the आवाज ना आए प्लीज, आवाज ना आए, ध्यान से सुने आप लोग. ये अपर आईलिड में लिड के नीचे ब्लड वेसल्स है. ये एक वाइट फॉर्म है, ये इसकी एक्सट्रीम फॉर्म है. Hemangioma, as the name is suggesting, it has to do something with the blood vessels. ठीक है? And usually it is congenital. The most common congenital hemangioma is capillary hemangioma, which is usually present at birth, and sometimes it appears round about typically at the age of 6 months, and the mother comes with a complaint that when the child cries, his eyelid becomes bluish. क्योंकि जब बच्चा रोता है, रोने जाता है तो engorge हो जाते हैं blood vessels और वो उसका bluish कलर गिर जाता है, सूरज के. Two types are seen: capillary hemangioma or telangiectasias, cavernous hemangioma. Former are bright red or port wine colored spot composed of dilated capillaries, like this one. The latter यार आवाज क्यों आ रही है? तुम मुझे समझ नहीं आ रही. The latter consists of dilated and anastomosing vascular spaces lying in the subcutaneous tissue. So this is cavernous hemangioma, and it sometimes becomes difficult to differentiate between the two. Now we are coming to the malignant tumors. These are very important. These are very important, and I want people to concentrate the most important cell carcinoma is also called bloated ulcer. Bloated ulcer is any ulcer which is present in the upper part of the face. You people must be knowing it. There are some facts and figures which you must remember. It is the most common malignant epithelial growth over eyelids, and in 90% of the cases, it involves the lower lid. अक्सर पूछा जाता है कि बेसल सेल कार्सिनोमा कौन सी लीड को ज्यादा इन्वॉल्व है? लोअर आईलिड is involved in 90% of the cases. Inner canthus is commonly affected and usually starts as a small pimple which ulcerates, and if the scalp is removed, it is found that the edges are raised and indurated. The ulcer spreads very slowly and the epithelial growth extending under the skin in all directions and may penetrate deeply. The two ulcers, two tumors, one the basal cell carcinoma, which arises from the basal cell of the skin, and second the squamous cell carcinoma, which we will be studying after this. These two are very confusing. And remember very important thing which I am just going to tell you, that all these tumors are malignant tumors. इससे पहले हमने जो पढ़ा था देवर बिनाइन, अभी जो पढ़ रहे हैं ये malignant tumors है. लेकिन malignancy के अंदर जो important बातें हैं जो आप लोगों को याद रखनी है, basal cell carcinoma is a malignant tumor but it is only locally invasive. Squamous cell carcinoma is more dangerous because it not only damages the eyelid but it spreads because of metastasis throughout the body. Basal cell carcinoma do not metastasize, and this important fact is also to be remembered. Let's see. These are the types. First, let me tell you a little bit of theory. The surrounding structures are gradually destroyed and the lids, orbit and bones may be removed. The growth is only locally invasive and probably originates in the accessory epithelial structures of the skin, hair follicles and glands, but the lymphatics are not involved. This is very important. So it is not has metastasis. Rarely occurs after before 40 years of age, and the rate of growth is measured in years. Now you can see three types. Number one is there is a nodule. You can see an ulcer, and usually it develops very slow and people usually ignore it. And then there is nodulo-ulcerating. When it develops ulceration also, जब इसमें थोड़ा सा ब्लड आना शुरू हो जाता है, जख्म आना शुरू हो जाता है, जब ये इसकी सेकंड फॉर्म है. आप आगे आ गए. यस, यू विद द ग्लासेस. जी आप इधर आ जाओ. इधर आ जाओ. And sclerosing basal cell carcinoma is the most dangerous. Why? Because the sclerosing basal cell carcinoma develops beneath the epithelium, and it infiltrates beneath the epithelium and does not appear on the surface. So, often clinically, both the patient and the doctor miss it. And it is the most dangerous form of basal cell carcinoma. समझ आ रही है? Okay. Now just come to the squamous cell carcinoma. इसमें आप compare करें दोनों. Squamous cell carcinoma shows a preference for sites where character of the epithelium changes. They therefore commence generally at the edges of the lids. The patients are आप बिठाइए वो बंद करो ठीक है I hope you will not see the patients like this. Squamous cell carcinoma shows the preference for the sites where the character of the epithelium changes. They therefore commence generally at the edges of the lids. The patients are elderly. Important चीज है. Stay out, please. Stay out. The patients are elderly. The preauricular lymph nodes may be enlarged, or if the growth is near the canthus, the submaxillary lymph nodes may be involved. Submaxillary and submental lymph nodes can be involved, which is not the case in basal cell carcinoma. It is only locally invasive basal cell carcinoma, and this is involving the lymph nodes. And when the lymph nodes are involved, as we studied in basal cell carcinoma, it spares the lymphatics, so it does not go to the other parts of the body. But when it involves the lymphatics, then it goes to all parts of the body. It can go anywhere. It can be life-threatening even. Unlike basal cell carcinoma, squamous cell carcinoma does not have surface vascularization. ये जो मैं आखिर पे जरा बड़ा लिखा है, this is not a thing that reliable जिसकी बेस के ऊपर आप डायग्नोज कर सकें कि ये बेसल सेल कार्सिनोमा है या स्क्वेमस सेल कार्सिनोमा, बट क्लिनिकल डायग्नोसिस जो है वो उसकी आमतौर के ऊपर ये देखा गया है कि unlike basal cell carcinoma, squamous cell carcinoma does not have surface vascularization. बेसल सेल कार्सिनोमा में लीजन के ऊपर वेसल होती है, स्क्वेमस सेल कार्सिनोमा में साइड पे होती है. This is usually this is the case, but this is not the pathognomic feature or diagnostic feature. Diagnostic diagnosis only it can be proven on histopathology. टाइप इसकी भी गिवन उसी तरह है जिस तरह बेसल सेल की थी. Plaque-like structure, nodular and ulcerative. I'm not going in detail. It is just like the name is suggesting. When you will refer to your books, you will easily be able to conceive what these mean. Plaque-like है, इसमें nodule बन जाती है और इसमें ulceration नजर आ रही है. But it is just like basal cell carcinoma. And it is इसकी ग्रोथ तेज होती है as compared to that. And whenever we come to the treatment में we always send the specimen for histopathology. Now sebaceous gland carcinoma, it is the last tumor. What is the time? The sebaceous gland carcinoma is the tumor which is also malignant tumor, and sometimes like squamous cell carcinoma it can be life-threatening also. It arises from the meibomian glands, and like lesion, as meibomian glands anatomically they are more in number on the upper eyelid, as the upper eyelid is larger than the lower eyelid. So the incidence of lesion also, it is a benign granulomatous inflammation of the meibomian glands, is more on the upper eyelid, but not definitely. Similarly, sebaceous cell carcinoma, its prevalence is also more common in the upper eyelid, but it can also present in the lower eyelid. Squamous cell carcinoma affects the upper eyelid and often present as a hard nodule or recurrent lesion. Sometimes it can be taken as lesion. If a lesion is treated, it is excised and it recurs, which is common in lesion, then we remove the lesion again. But if you see some unexpected things in the lesion, unexpected tendencies, then you must send ideally every lesion or any structure which you excise from the body, ideally every structure specimen should be sent for the histopathology, ideally. But usually in young people we don't do that. But in older patients or recurrent lesion or recurrent lesions, we must send it for histopathology. And sebaceous cell carcinoma affects the upper eyelid and often present as a hard nodule or recurrent chalasia. Females are more affected than males. It is more common in Asians. A high index of suspicion is in unilateral blepharitis and recurrent chalasia. In the elderly is required. The lesion is locally invasive initially, but once orbital spread occurs, the prognosis is poor. Okay, this is you can see a very scary and angry looking picture of the upper eyelid which has damaged the conjunctiva and all the way through the eroding through the skin. The innermost layer is the conjunctiva of the 5 layers of the eyelid, जहाँ पर tarsal gland होते हैं, ट्यूबिन ग्लैंड होते हैं या स्पीशियल ग्लैंड होते हैं, वहाँ से ये लियन ट्यूमर निकला और ये क्रॉस करता करता स्किन से ऊपर आ गया। लेजियन तो रुक जाती है और वो नोड्यूल बना रहती है, बट इट हैज अल्सरेटेड ऑल द वे थ्रू द स्किन एंड यू कैन सी द वेरी untreated picture of this unfortunate patient. Other malignant tumors are Kaposi sarcoma occurs frequently in the lids of the patients and acquired immunodeficiency syndrome AIDS. AIDS में आपको पता है Kaposi sarcoma किसी भी जगह पे हो सकता है. So this is how it looks in the eyelids. Malignant melanoma. आवाज में आएगा. आप आ जाए आगे. Yes. आवाज में नहीं यार उधर क्या देख रहे हो? नहीं आपके साथ हाँ So this as जैसे आपको पिगमेंटेशन नजर आ रही है ओल्ड एज है malignant melanoma are rare as also a more generalized pigmentation develops in adult life which may become sensitive. In fair skinned people especially जो अंग्रेज होते हैं उनकी स्किन बड़ी सेंसिटिव होती है and to sun exposure and these skin tumors and these things are more common in the west जो as compared to the brown population. Treatment of all the tumors. Number 1 is surgical excision and histopathology. Number 2, radiations as in all tumors. Number 3, cryotherapy. We apply a probe which is freezed at minus almost 60 to 70 degree. And cytotoxic drugs. जो एंटी ट्यूमर ड्रग्स होती हैं लाइक दिगासुजिमाब है, इस तरह की आप ओरल भी दे सकते हैं और लोकल एप्लीकेशन भी आप कर सकते हैं. So this was a brief, a very brief आवाज ना आए, let give me a comment. This was a very brief introduction, I would say, to the eyelid tumors and how the eyelid tumors are repaired. I will want to show. I need some. व्हाइट बोर्ड और मार्कर वाला लिखते हैं। The important fact and the important things in the treatment, surgical treatment of eyelid tumors, which should be kept in mind. Number one, the tumor is excised with 2 millimeter of normal tissue on each side. For example, if the tumor is present on the lower eyelid, or you are suspecting it a dental carcinoma, you will excise the full thickness eyelid with the clinically looking normal eyelid on either side, that is on the lateral and the medial side, 2 millimeter जो आपको क्लिनिकली लगेगी नॉर्मल है उसको भी काटना है और in pentagon like shape. I will show you what is the pentagon looks like in lid surgery. This is the first step in the treatment and restructuring of the eyelid. क्योंकि आपने ज़ाहिर है उसके स्ट्रक्चर की इंटीग्रिटी को और उस बेसिस को भी बचाना है. Second step is the reconstruction of the eyelid. So eyelid has got 5 layers and it can be further divided into two lamella. One is the anterior lamella, which consists of the skin and subcutaneous tissue, and the posterior lamella, which consists of the muscular layer, fibrous layer, that is tarsal plate, and conjunctiva. So you will have to close the eyelid in two layers. One is the anterior lamella and second is the posterior lamella. So third important point, that when you will cut, थर्ड इंपॉर्टेंट फैक्ट पहला ये है कि आपने 2 मिलीमीटर का नॉर्मल टिश्यू लेना है और उसको आपने वो हिस्टोपैथोलॉजी के लिए भेजना है. मोस्ट टेक्निक जिसे बोलते हैं पता है ना उसका, वो उसको स्टेनिंग करके देखते हैं कि जो आपने टिश्यू काटा है इट इज ट्यूमर फ्री. इफ इट इज नॉट ट्यूमर फ्री देन यू विल एक्साइज मोर. ठीक है, इसको मोस्ट टेक्निक बोलते हैं. व्हाइल ड्यूरिंग द सर्जरी it is stained and seeing the speckle stain whether it has become tumor free or not. ये पहले स्टेप में इम्पोर्टेंट चीज है. दूसरे स्टेप में इम्पोर्टेंट चीज ये है कि आप उसको टू लेमिना में जोड़ना. तीसरी चीज ये है when you have removed for example 4 millimeter or 6 millimeter tissue full thickness of lid, when you will stitch it, it will become notched. So to prevent that you have to make some laxity in the skin deliberately. How do we do that? We give a for example, I will show you when the whiteboard arrives. We give a semicircular incision at the outer canthus like this one. When we give the incision here, the skin of the cheek will be mobilized, and when we will cut the eyelid, this skin can be brought and it will help in filling that effect. Are you getting my point? Similarly, if this is the upper eyelid, we can give the incision similarly in the semicircular fashion in the at the lateral canthus towards upper side or on the nasal side or wherever it is present, to make the skin mobile so that the defect can be filled without the damaging the cosmesis of the skin, and fibrosis of the skin can occur if you stitch it by forcing it. So first part is made by the skin, and the posterior part, posterior lamella, it is repaired by taking a flap from either the buccal mucosa, ओके, जिसमें आप क्या रिपेयर करेंगे, पोस्टीरियर लेमिना में आप रिपेयर करेंगे मस्कुलर लेयर, fibrous layer and irritable layer. The flap can be taken from the buccal mucosa or from behind the ear at the area of the mastoid. And these are the areas which resemble close to eyelids, and this is how the oculoplastic surgical reconstruction of the eyelids are done. Let me show you. कितनी देर है? नहीं, उसको लाने में व्हाइट बोर्ड किधर? करें आवाज ना आए। देखिए, इसकी मैंने पिक्चर डेलिबरेटली नहीं डाली थी स्लाइड, क्योंकि स्लाइड्स में शो करना ज़रा ज़्यादा मुश्किल है। मैं ये चाह रहा था कि अभी जिस तरह मैंने आपको बताया, मैं आपको करके दिखाऊं। अब मिसाल के तौर पे प्लीज बी अटेंटिव। दिस इज द अपर आईलिड, ओके, एंड दिस इज द लोअर आईलिड, this is the cornea, and आवाज ना आए प्लीज। And can everybody see it? ये लाइट नहीं आ रही, कोई आप में से आजा तो उसके ऊपर मोबाइल से लाइट डालने क्या? Okay, listen. For example, this is the tumor. This is the tumor, and we assume it is basal cell carcinoma or squamous cell carcinoma, whatsoever. What I told you, 2 मिलीमीटर यहाँ से आप नॉर्मल टिश्यू काटना है, 2 मिलीमीटर यहाँ से नॉर्मल टिश्यू काटना है। अब what is pentagon shape? Then you will make a triangle. समझ आई? नजर आ रहा है सबको? Let me see. अच्छा जी, now listen to me. Listen to me. ये सिर्फ उनको नजर आएगा जो समझना चाहते हैं, जो समझना नहीं चाहते उनको नहीं नजर आएगा, ठीक है? Now, what is the next? We will cut it in a pentagon shape. We will give a semicircular incision. This is the nose, okay? This is the eyebrow, and this is the left eye. This is my left eye. And we will give a semicircular incision at the lateral canthus to the skin. When we will remove it, there will be a defect in the lid. This defect will be closed by mobilizing the skin from here and applying sutures. Understood?
Yes, sir.
In this way, the complication of nodule formation or fibrosis, lid notching is minimized, because, and we will also stitch this semicircular patch, क्योंकि यहाँ पर skin आमतौर पर relax होती है, and we do the second by going underneath the skin with the scissor so that it is detached from the subcutaneous tissue and becomes more mobilized. Getting my point? So, this is the basic surgical technique for reconstruction of eyelid tumors for every type of tumor, whether it is benign or malignant. This is the basic technique. Now it has many more modalities, many names. As I told you that we can take flap from the buccal mucosa and we can apply, this is the anterior part, we can apply it on the posterior part. But the basic technique is this, that you have to remember, let me make it again a little bit more magnified. ये जो आप याद रखना है, याद आपने ये रखना है कि ये है लोअर आईलिड, साइलेंस, ये लोअर आईलिड है, यहां पर अगर ट्यूमर है, आपने ये पेंटागन शेप और इसको आपने ये ट्रायंगुलर इसलिए बनाया है कि क्लोज करने में ये आसानी हो। अगर आप इसको इस तरह कर देते तो इट विल नॉट गिव अ गुड कॉस्मेटिक अपीयरेंस। बाय डूइंग इट ट्रायंगुलर, it is a pentagon shape along with this semicircular flap. This is the basics of reconstruction of the eyelid, even in trauma. So, any questions? Thank you very much.
Sure.
अच्छा, ये क्वेश्चन सुने इनका क्वेश्चन ये है कि स्लैब बना दिया, उसके बाद सूचर कैसे करेंगे, ये क्वेश्चन है ना आपका, और वो मतलब हाउ इट विल लुक लाइक। तो इसमें ये होगा कि जब आप इसको काट देंगे, ठीक है, और इधर से हमने काटी उसकी हमने यार आवाज ना है प्लीज, आप लोगों को समझ नहीं आती। I am asking this last time, otherwise I will mark everybody else. Listen to the question that how the stitches will look like. What is the final picture of this patient after surgery it will look like. Skin will be mobilized, okay, and after cutting this we will close this part. This is the tumor and this is the normal part जहां पर ट्यूमर नहीं है। हमने मेक श्योर ये करना है कि ट्यूमरस टिश्यू एक भी ट्यूमर से छूट गया तो फिर वो रिक्रेस हो जाएगी। तो इसलिए हमने 2 मिलीमीटर का ट्यूमर फ्री एरिया काटा, ठीक है, इसलिए थोड़ा सा ज्यादा काटना पड़ता है। तो अब ये जब आपने काट दिया उसके बाद फिर ये होगा कि आप इसको जोड़ेंगे तो इसकी जो शक्ल है वो इस तरह निकलेगी। यहाँ तक इंसियन था ना, तो ये आपने स्क्रीन ये जो ये वाला हिस्सा था इधर लेके आए, ये ट्रायंगल थी, ये जुड़ के इस तरह बन जाएगा और ये एक सूचर लगा, फॉर एग्जांपल 60 सिल्क का लगता है। सिल्क सूचर पर मैनी टाइप एक होता है सिल्क सूचर जो स्किन पे लगता है, एक माइक्रो होता है विच इज एब्जॉर्बेबल, ठीक है। तो सिल्क सूचर विच हैज टू बी टेकन आउट आफ्टर 2 weeks or so, and by closing this ये ट्रायंगल ये डॉट ये ट्रायंगल थी। तो अब ये क्लोज होने के बाद इट इज कॉस्मेटिकली वेरी गुड, बिकॉज ये जो इधर था और जो इधर था और ये जो इसका था, ये दोनों हमने स्टिच किए हैं और इसकी फाइनल शक्ल ये आ गई है। और इसकी वजह से और ये जो ये पेंटागन शेप है, इसकी वजह से ये आपस में आराम से मिलते हैं। अगर ये नीचे से हम इसको स्क्वायर रखते हैं तो इधर ये इस तरह इतनी खूबसूरती से बांधना होता है। ये आपका क्वेश्चन था, समझ आ गई? एनी अदर क्वेश्चन? Any question regarding eyelids about अभी तक जितने भी लेक्चर पढ़े हैं? नहीं है कोई क्वेश्चन? श्योर? यस। मैं? ओके, थैंक यू।